Alright guys, well you know that for the past week and a half or 2 weeks I've been trying to figure out the color for the roof for the Oxnard Travel Center for Mr. Roy Eltham. Um, I just got finished doing a video on a comparison again, and a lot of you guys picked the moss green as the closest color to that. Now, unfortunately, when I started looking online at Hobby Lobby and Walmart and all that stuff, nobody has an acrylic paint uh, in a 2 ounce bottle of moss green. So what I did was I picked a couple of colors that I thought might be close, and I am going to show you guys how I actually mixed the colors to try and get close to the color you see behind me. That is the roof that I am going to use for comparison because it has the most sunlight. So with all that being said, let's get down to the other camera and let's see what's going on. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I got here a couple of scrap pieces of that stuff that they call styrene. I'm going to put this camera on too. Where's my button? Hello? All the times I've turned this camera on. Excuse my head, guys. There we go. I think this might be a better view. Yeah. So, what I have here is a couple of stirring sticks that was bamboo skewers. I cut down to size. I'm going to use a different mixer for each color that I'm going to do. I have some mixing cups. I have a little bit of water. I have a bunch of brushes over here. Let's see if I can get them over here. Masking tape. Get this guy over here. All the brushes I got and a marker. So, what I did yesterday is I started playing around with this, and I did come up with some colors that are close. For instance, this is one of them. I guess I should do it this way so you guys can see it. And this was another. Now, I just was messing around with these today. I am going to do the same colors, but I am going to be a little bit more accurate as far as how I mix the colors. And as you can see on the back, I had the formulas that I have used. And this is the color that it started out as. Okay? And that color is spring green. And the other color I'm going to try and do, remember I said I couldn't find moss green? The closest I came to was this mossy meadows. And that looks like a good candidate also. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to go ahead and put down on the front what it is, so when I take a picture of it, you guys will be able to see. And on the back side is where I'm going to put the formula that I'm using. So with that being said, we're going to put this. We're going to start with the spring green because it's the one that I had the most of. So on the front, we're going to write down here spring green. Now, that is going to be the straight color, and I'm going to take a piece of the masking tape here. Get this guy out of the way so you guys can see. And I'm going to cover what I just wrote there. So this is going to be what you guys will see when I start doing the comparison videos. Alright? So that's going to be the straight spring green. Okay, now the next one will be however I decide to mix it. And what I did yesterday was, let me see, on number 1. On the first one I did 5 green drops of this and 1 drop of the black. So we're going to do that on this one here. And we're just going to put SG plus, what did I say? 5 green and one black. And we're going to call this number 1. And we're going to put number 1 on the front side. And again, we're going to take that and we're going to cover that, because again, this will be the side that you guys will see when I do the pictures of them. All right, and we'll do that right there. Okay, then the next one we're going to call number 2, and this one is going to be with spring green plus 6 green. Now these are drops I'm doing here, guys. 6 green, 1 black, 1 white. And I think we're going to do one more, and this is going to be number 2. And I got number 2 on the front. And again, we'll cover that guy up. Alright, and then number 3, we're going to do spring green. Now this one I have not done yesterday, so this is going to be new. Spring green plus 6 green, 1 black, 2 white. I'm trying to get as close as I can to this color, guys. And this is going to be the first part. Then we're going to do the other color that I got, that Mossy Meadows, and see how that works out. But we're going to start with this because I think I came the closest with this one. So on the front here, we're going to put number 3. And I'm hoping that the tape doesn't pull the numbers up. If it does, I'll just have to renumber them. But we should be good. All right. So now that we have, I'm going to call them formulas, we're going to go ahead and paint each one of those in the specific colors that I have. So the first one is going to be this spring green. And you know what, let me see if I can do sorry guys, I'm just trying to, there we go. Alright, so we're going to take the first one here, which is just the spring green, like I said, and take one of my paint brushes, any one, it doesn't matter. I just got a bunch of them. They're not really good brushes, but they're good enough for me. And we're going to take a mixing cup, I forgot to tell you guys I have. And we're just going to put a little bit of this paint in this mixing cup. Just enough so I can cover the plastic. Alright, and then we're just going to take it and just go ahead and paint this. I know this color is way bright, but I just want to show you what I'm starting with. And what I was doing yesterday was actually giving them a second coat. Dab some of that off of there. Alright, and we'll let that guy dry. Alright, now, we're not going to use the same brush, but I am going to clean it. I just don't want to contaminate the paints with each other. Alright, now number 2 said that we're going to use 5 green and 1 black. Now these are drops, guys, and it's really hard to get drops, but we're going to try, and let's see how we do. That's not the one I want to use. I want to use a new cup. Alright, so this one here is going to take 5 green drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's also going to get 1 black. Okay, and so here comes the one black. And come on. There you go. And I am going to add a drop of thinner. And this is Vallejo. And I'm just going to put a drop or two in there. Make it easier to mix. Okay? Now, just like we use different brush, we're going to use different mixing sticks. Make sure it's mixed really good. Get all the black in there. And once this is good enough, I'll just go ahead and paint the next piece of plastic. And we'll see how that looks. And again, once I get all of these done, they need to dry, and then I need to take some pictures of them. Now again, we're not going to use the same mixing stick, so we're going to put him on the side. And we are going to use a different brush. So that looks like it's mixed pretty good to me. So, here we go. This is going to be number 2. And already you can see that the color has changed quite a bit. Oh no! And again, like I said, I'll be giving these a second coat. Dip off some of the paint. I'm going both ways to try and get rid of as many of the brush lines as I possibly can. But anyhow, let's see, what camera am I on? On this camera, you can see the color from the first one is pretty different. Alright, so that was number 2. Actually, what I should be doing is marking those cups. I will do that. This is number 1. This is number 2. And now we're going to go on to number 3. And number 3 is going to be 6 green, 1 black, and 1 white. So let's get our 6 green. Now I understand if you go the opposite way, if you put the black or the white in first and then add the green, you can get a different tone of the green also. And I might try that, but I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 black. Bada bing. And this one gets 1 white. Bada bing. Oops. Get it all. And a couple of drops of thinner. Those 3 drops of thinner is going to be good enough for now. I'm not going to reuse this paint anyhow. Once I get the correct formula, I'll just mix up a bunch from my airbrush. And that's one thing I need to tell you guys, is this is all going to be airbrushed. It's not going to be brushed on. Make sure all that black is mixed in there, because that's what's going to change the color. And I don't know if I'm really getting colorblind, if my eyes are not working. I used to be really good at picking out colors, but it seems like I'm having a real big problem with getting the right color for this roof section. Alright, that looks like it's mixed pretty good. Again, we're not going to use the same stick. A new brush. I'm trying to use softer bristles as I possibly can to try and keep the I mean, what did I do? Did I mess up? That's number 1. This was actually the original number 1, number 2. Right. Okay, so this is number 2. And let's see how this is going to look. See, already the color is getting a little bit better, I think. Alright, I'm going to let this one dry. Now, like I said, the fourth one, that's number 3. The fourth one will be an experiment for me today also. And that looks like it's pretty white already. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try a couple of black, 2 blacks and 2 whites. This is number 3. Let's put number 3 here. Okay. And now number 4. So number 4, we're going to do the 6 whites, 2 blacks, and 2 whites. We'll see how that's going to look. And again, guys, I am going to do a second coat on all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and 2 blacks, 2 whites. One. Come on. Don't want to drop. There you go. Oopsie. Oops. Almost had a catastrophe. I want to get that last little bit. Alright. I'll just do it with the stick. Alright. And now for 2 whites. 1, 2. And a little bit of thinner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and let's go ahead and mix this guy up and see what we look like. Again, making sure all the colors, that I don't see any separate colors when I do this. And once I do this one, then we'll go back and do the second coat on all the others. Let me write down in the back here what we did. 6 green, 1 black. Oh no, we're going to do 2 black. We did 2 black on this one. Alright, and again, I'm going to use a different brush. And this color looks like it's mixed up pretty good. And here we go. Let's see if I can get back to just one camera. That would be this one. And as you can see, that color got a little bit darker also. Alright, so I'm just going to try and get some of these brush lines out of here by very lightly going over it. And we'll let him dry up. Clean this brush. And I did put the brushes in the order that I used them. So, let him. Okay, so now we're going to take this one here is number 4. No, number 3. Sorry. No, it's number 4. Okay. So now we'll go back to our number 1. I'm not going to redo the regular spring green because you guys know what that looks like. But we are going to go over this number 1. That says number 2. Is this number 2? I messed up on the numbers. Oh no. Yeah, this is actually number 2 because number 1 was the actual color. Alright, Here we go. And again, I need to say, guys, that all of these, whatever color I decide to do this in, or what Roy decides to do in, will be airbrushed. All right, and this one here, number 3, which is this one. Okay, and I will give this guy his second coat. I'm thinking that these colors that I'm doing now are going to be the closest matched, but we'll see. All right, and there you go with that one. And we'll clean the brush. And then number 4. I could definitely see a difference, and I hope you guys can see the difference also. It'll probably be better seen when I do the pictures of them, because then I might even go outside and do it so I get actual sunlight on them. But anyhow, that's all 4 colors, and we're going to see how these look after they dry. So stay tuned, and we'll come back in a little bit. Alright guys, so now you've seen how I am going to mix the colors up. I tried doing the other colors. They look too army color like, so I don't think the color, as you can see with the picture behind me, that I don't even think they're even close. So I didn't bother doing as much on these ones as I did on the others. Here's another one here that I did. And you can see it's not really the color. So what I did do is put the picture up and show you the ones that I did do, including 2 of them that have a slight whitewash. The whitewash doesn't look that good because, again, it's brushed on. I think after everything is airbrushed, it's going to look pretty close to what's up there. Roy, I hope you enjoyed this one. I don't know what else to do. If this isn't the one, I don't know what to do. Go roofless? I don't know. Anyhow, let me show you what I got going on, and we'll get an opinion from Roy. Talk to you guys later. Bye for now.